Mm, mm. Oh yeah. You can't see me grooving, but it's happening. Oh, look at us getting rated over here, Joe. Maxi Mac coming in.
So hype right now, dog. So hype right now. It's crazy. Crazy going on. Crazy going on.
Oh yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today, April 11th, 2022, it is 7:10 p.m. my local time, but it may be April 12th, 2022 where you are. Good morning, good afternoon, evening to those people joining in the Asia Pacific region right now. Joining from Australia, from Japan, from China, from Bengal. Joining in Bengal, that region, specifically that region. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Chat. Buenas. How are you? Hello, El Salvador.
That's a loaded question.
That is a loaded question for Radcon Dad. Chat today, Radcon Dad is back, but maybe kind of not really. Because he's still a little bit on the mend.
I'm here in spirit.
Yes, he's literally in the ethereal plane joining us today.
Go. No, I'm just still not feeling quite up to it to be on camera, but we're seeing how I'm going to be on the mic today, helping out. Good to be back. Hopefully, I don't have an abrupt leave, but if I do, I'll make sure to give Joe a heads up. And
if you do,
I just
it's all
want to give,
good, you know. Just happy to have you here, man.
Joe, I want to give an extra shout out to Maddox and Furia there, sacrificing some raffles away just to put in the answer form. Get better, Radcon Dad. Love you. Thank you so much. Didn't have to do that, but it was noted.
Yep.
On to the good stuff, though, Joseph.
Yes, sir. So jumping in straight away, we got a post here, and this is the only I'm going to say the only news from today. There's other stuff, but I want to highlight this, and we're going to jump straight into some gameplay. First of all, we got 2 games queued up for today. All right, I got to find where I put these notes here. It's in the title. You guys know already. Adventure of Tarba. And I believe it's actually Adventures of Tarba as the title. So I've got that queued up. And then we'll do Metatron City. If you would like to have your game featured in tomorrow's show, I've already got a tweet out on @TheVisionEX on Twitter. Please leave a comment to that, and I'll add it to the queue for tomorrow's show. But for today, we're going to play those 2 games as we play games each and every day, 5 days a week on this show. It's Monday, folks, for me anyway. It's the beginning of the week. We're having fun. And to kick off the week, Sebastian Borget Sebastian, as I'll say, American style, tweeted out earlier, thanks everyone who played at the Sandbox Game Alpha Season 2. Hope you had fun. Some metrics. 350,000 MAUs, monthly active users, actively inside the game. 1.2 million hours played in the game. 4.7 million visits to the experiences inside the client. 17 million quests completed and 10 million plus sand distributed, worth roughly $30 million US. At the same time, we also collectively staked 75 million plus sand tokens on the Polygon network. It's a big day. It's a big alpha. A lot going on. A lot of growth there.
It was pretty big.
A lot of new things. Big. Looks like Turbo Timmy in the comments under that says it keeps getting better and better each time. So that's good news. It's good news to see. Hopefully, I mean, we've seen some good comments come in so far from the feedback form that was on the website at sandbox.game. But, you know, we're gonna continue to improve, continue to work, continue to push forward. But I wanted to highlight those things before we jump into some gameplay here today. And then also leave a note that if this is the first time you are watching us over on YouTube, DLive, Theta, Facebook, Twitter, or twitch.tv/thesandboxgame. Hey, you can always submit your questions live on the show or later over on Discord. Or, of course, you can @ me on Twitter pretty much all the time. My Twitter's open. I'm reading your comments. I'm liking your things. That's why I only have 5 notifications so far to start up this stream. Friends, we're having a good time.
Joe is dedicated. I'm trying to get there, but I've been a little delayed.
I mean, don't even stress, man. You're like the fact that you are here today. I'm like, this guy shouldn't be here, chat. Like, this Conrad is he's like, I gotta be here. I gotta commit to this. I gotta get in.
I gotta help. I gotta be here. I really
so dedicated.
Do. I wish I could be on cam, but I'm just not feeling it.
If I was sick like this guy, I'd be like, sorry, chat, I gotta go. You know what I mean? But
oh no. But you got people going when season 3 with this.
That's true. Question comes in from Siddharth Pi over on YouTube.com. Says, can we still play the Sandbox now? You can play inside the Sandbox Game Maker software, but it is not for the play to earn. So if you want to enjoy the games, you want to have fun, you want to see what other people have created, play test them just like I'll be play testing Adventures of Tarba. I'm downloading the Sandbox Game Maker, and then there are 3 tabs at the top once you log in. Drafts Gallery are creations that other people have published. They'll be on varying levels of completion, but you can play test your games. This is designed to be something where you, as the creator, creates something and then publishes it into the gallery to get people that you know to test those experiences and give you feedback as the creator. And that's what we do here between the alphas. We are doing feedback here directly. Now, a question comes in from Enes Shakan over on twitch.tv.
You've been getting used to doing this alone then. All right.
Oh, absolutely.
Go ahead, my friend.
No worries. It says, hello, will 100% completion continue in Season 3? Your feedback is going to be what determines how Season 3 works. So if you liked the idea of the 100% completion reward and you'd like for that to be incorporated in the distribution, then leave that feedback on the website, sandbox.game. It's right under the top. Just scroll down just a little bit and that feedback form should be there for you.
Correct. And Crypto Nerd asks, if we buy land, we get Season 3 pass? Or do we got to get that separately?
Yeah, not specifically. One note is that in Season 2, we got tickets for every land that we held. Raffle tickets to increase our chances of getting in the season. But you don't necessarily get one. So Season 2, we had 10,000 total passes available. But there are 166,464 lands. So as it goes, if every land had been sold out, which not all of them are sold yet, but if every land was sold out, then you'd have about a 1 in 16 chance of getting one just based off of that raffle ticket, you know, if it was only landholders.
Right.
All right.
And then we also have, we had a tweet today where Half Dork had, I believe it was Half Dork, had noticed that there is a publishing button available for some folks.
Yes, there is.
What's going on with that one there, Joe?
Well, we're starting to get closer to the
Alex.
full open UGC. And so there's actively a transition happening right now where some users who have already been approved for game jams and like had their account level changed to artist are seeing that button. But you're going to see those changes to everyone widely soon, shortly, but not quite yet.
Right. And then that publishing those approved assets are going to be how things are going to be moving onto the marketplace here in a minute.
Yeah, not necessarily to the marketplace at that stage. Basically, the publish button will allow that you let other people see it in the gallery or the marketplace rather. But it's not for sale. It's in the marketplace, but it's not for sale, if that makes sense. So like, you know, when you go to the marketplace, if you find an item that is free, then you can just click the plus and you can incorporate it in your designs. That also allows people to load your custom designs in the gallery of the Game Maker without you needing to wait. Like in previous game jams, you've had to wait for me to go through a long list of your submissions, and one by one, click that publish button, essentially. And
Okay.
so it was me doing the work for 100 people, where now, Andy, it's scaled up a little bit, and now it's Andy and like 5-6 other people doing the work of 1,000 people. So
Right.
we're hoping to eliminate that by having this publish function, where short of the moderation part of like making sure that you guys don't recreate a Sonic the Hedgehog and call it Sonic the Hedgehog, short of those kinds of things, you guys can self-publish and it's no big deal. So that'll help you guys get increased customization and that sort of thing. Now, I want to address this question that comes in over on YouTube here from Bravos NFTs Inc.
Ooh, you got
it
me
says,
again. Okay.
is it true that there was a massive ban to users at the end of the alpha, which claimed the Sandbox staff to be extremely centralized? No. Quite frankly, there was a sort of a ban for those that we could tell were definitely, at least in the first run through, right? There was a large group of what seemed to be people who were trying to leverage the system by making like 10 accounts and just, I want to get a pass and whatnot. Now,
Generally shady things.
Yeah, exactly. Like generally like just trying to manipulate to get the pass so they could sell the pass on OpenSea. And you guys have made it clear in the chat that you didn't like that. You didn't want that. So, what are we going to do to fix it? We see one person, one IP has 10 accounts. You go, okay, well, that's not a family. That's one person making 10, 20, 30, 40 accounts. And we see that multiple times. And so there was a pool that was banned and not eligible to win that pass on that basis. And that's kind of what had happened on the back end. Now, we reviewed that data again, and for those that we could pick out and individually go, okay, well, that was a real person, those people who submitted like tickets and that sort of thing, well, we had a compensation for those sorts of people. But like I said, the big pools where it was clear somebody was trying to manipulate something, it's like, okay, we're not going to have that. The community doesn't want that. Because we had seen enough by like week 1 where it was like, okay, bans are coming in. Anyway.
Right.
So.
And I do want to correct here.
Sure.
Vox did correct me. It was Game Dizzy's tweet, not Halfdoor. Game Dizzy was the one that pointed that one out.
Okay.
Yeah. But moving on.
But yeah, so yeah, there was a little something we took care of there. Not to the point of, people talking about the sandbox being centralized. It's something that we push towards being fully decentralized. There has to be a jump off point, and that jump off point is becoming less centralized. And to that point, what we just talked about with that publish button that Conrad mentioned, the publish button is a move towards decentralization. It's not having to have somebody authorize a thing. And then the long term is to have decentralized moderation, which is another step towards full decentralization, where everybody collectively could look and say, well, you have a Sonic the Hedgehog thing, and I like this platform, and I don't want this platform to go down. So collectively as a community, you decide to adhere to the law, right? That's decentralized moderation. Anyway, so yeah, good question.
Oh, yeah.
All right, LPS 93. Oh, yeah.
That's Season 2 memorabilia? What's going on with that?
Yeah, okay, so Season 2 memorabilia is an account-level association that can give you additional benefits in future seasons, such as when you do fill out, like in Season 1, I filled out that feedback form that I just mentioned. As a result of filling out that feedback form, in Season 2, I got 10 extra raffle tickets. Memorabilia can give you benefits like that, long-term, season over season. How that moves and changes and adjusts at any given season, I don't have the full details on at this time, just on the basis that, again, we listen to you and we adjust to you, the community. So memorabilia will be adaptive over time and have different potential benefits. All right. So LPS 93 over on Twitch. I see a question here. It says, how can we approve our assets in the marketplace without owning land? So LPS, that little button that says publish is not associated to owning land. The only people who can get that sneak preview of it right now have their account set to artist level. But once again, that'll change. It'll be more public as we roll it out.
Right. And are we getting any closer to that Polygon migration as well?
Yes,
Oh,
that's all
just
I can
one
say.
word. Oh,
Simple
alrighty.
yes.
No date, nothing.
I mean,
All right.
I don't have a date, but I can say that I shared a tweet that may or may not be associated with that earlier today.
Oh, do you have beans?
I have beans. Can I share them? Probably not.
Ah, dang it. Alrighty.
Look for a paddle. Paddle one.
All right.
What's up?
And you guys can find us at RadCondad for myself, and then this is The Vision EX or Joseph Matting over here on my screen. Oh my goodness. Let me take care of that Facebook spammer. There we go. And among other things, though, Metasander asks a question concerning one of your partners, Apes of Space. Like AOS NFT holders can mint VX8 avatars in the sandbox on the 18th. It's official. We will have AOS avatars. So Apes of Space avatars.
Here's the thing that I'll say about partner promotions. I couldn't physically keep up with every possible partner promotion that will approve, go to market, or otherwise going forward. The answers that I can give are going to mostly be things that are platform specific, updates to those platforms, features, and that sort of thing. In terms of what is possible, you've seen the Snoop Dogg doggies be released, right? It's a 10K avatar based project. You've seen the World of Women get an in-game interpretation of their World of Women. So you know that the technology is possible. So now all of those possible partnerships have that technology available to them.
Right.
So it could be AOS, it could be the Bored Ape Yacht Club, which we've talked about. It could be the CyberKongs. It could be any of those things. So yeah. All right, I see Up Zero Vote asked this. You asked it once, and I might have scrolled past it. I think I saw it for a second. At this current stage of marketplace uploading abilities to average users, what is the difference between setting our unpublished assets type to art or as private? So at this time, private means that your account and staff that might have to approve moderation of those assets are the only ones that can see it. That would also mean that your assets wouldn't be playable in the game maker. That's my understanding of it, though. Alex might jump in and correct me in a second. If that happens, great. But the art assets are art assets in that they don't need to have gems and catalysts to later be minted, if that makes sense. You can go through the minting process without giving something a power rating, without consuming your gems and catalysts. You just have to pay the on-chain fee, whatever that is, at the time when you will be able to do so. Once again, I would predict that for most users, we're going to be on Polygon, so you're talking about a penny instead of having to consume the gem and catalyst, whatever that is, because they're ERC20 tokens, and pay that on-chain fee. So that's what art does.
Right. All right.
All right.
Give a shout out to Codazine coming into the
What's up,
chat.
Cody?
Oh yeah. And yes, Facebook, be careful of all of those spammers. I'm trying to take care of them as they come in. Getting an influx of them. But Joseph,
Yes.
Raydub asks, gasless transactions down today. I wasn't able to claim and restake my rewards unless I removed the gasless transaction portion.
I
Is that
agree
just like a
that is probably
temporary
the
thing?
case. I agree that's
Should
probably the
we?
case, that it was just a today thing.
Okay,
Or it
so we
may
should just
be
wait a minute
based on
here.
how many days you have done it, because once again, that is one of those services that we were able to add. It's a third-party service that allows it to be gasless. I went to claim my sand and restake it, and I had the same thing where it was saying Web3 error. I got that error like 3 times, and I just went, you know what? It's half a penny. And I just did it with the Matic tokens that I had. Because it was, it's half a penny. And the
Right.
recompounding was worth it to me. You don't have to do that. You're going to continue to accrue sand based on what you already had staked. So, unless you want to withdraw it or whatnot, if you're trying to withdraw, then again, I would recommend just turn off gasless and pay the penny or whatever it may be. But it works.
Hey, all right.
Candidly, Kristen also agrees with exactly what I just said, which is gasless is the problem. Save me some support tickets and tell them to just wait or pay the gas. I agree.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Alrighty.
I like your
I like
cancel. I like your
yeah,
comment, Soul
Soul
Cancer, but I
Cancer.
can't.
Yeah.
Okay, meet the Telltaler. Got
Don't
it.
worry, I was reading that one there too. I was
Right.
right there with you.
Climb
We're
up the
all right there
trees onto the
enjoying
tower.
that one.
It's
Anyways,
good stuff.
moving on, Joe. What is this game that we're on right now?
Well, currently
What are
we
you
are.
playing?
Whoa! Some physics are weird on this one. Is there like a roof
Oh,
above this? What's going? Oh yeah, there's like an invisible roof. Oh no! Did I get myself stuck a little bit? Okay. Talk to the chief.
you're like
I already
tucked
talked
in
to the
there.
chief. I assume this is the chief. Chief. All right, so trying to find the artifact. It says get to the gate. This appears to be the gate. This also appears to be a gate. I am.
Which game is this there, Joseph?
That's a good question, Conrad. If I open the title or I go to GMAE show in our private chat, I can read that this is the Adventures of Tarba.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Uh,
Yeah. I literally didn't know in the moment. Okay, can
this
I
is
just
one of
climb over the
the
wall?
wonderful
Okay.
games we'll be critiquing today. So you can
Uh-oh.
see Joseph
Well,
is
yep.
doing his
Nope.
best to break it.
Oh, okay. I got out. I am trying to break it. The first thing that I'm gonna say is that there's probably a better way to do these trees, but maybe not that optimized, I guess, because they are palm trees. If you want to use the palm trees, then there's not a better way to do it. But I've seen other users. Okay. All right. Wait.
Oh, he's
Hermit.
floating about.
Anyway, other users will use some trees that are like, rather than being palm trees or whatnot, they'll use like pine trees, but you put a telephone post in the middle of the pine tree and then make the pine tree itself no collision so that you can't stand on the branches.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it worked out real well for them. I've seen that in a couple different game jam submissions over the years. See, the thing is, you go to talk to this guy and he just says, meet the tail teller. Come back when you have the artifact or water. Water. Well, this is the tail teller. Drag an artifact. Climb up the trees into the tower. Is this the tower? And if it is, I already climbed the trees. Maybe it's back there. Wait, you can't stand on the water? Oh gosh, it's gonna kill me now.
Excellent.
Well, all right. Here we go, partner. The grass. This is a little personal little pet peeve of mine. The grass, if it's not, let me put it this way. If the voxels of the asset are thinner than your character's arms or legs, assume that your character would be strong enough to push it out of the way. And if that is the case, then they should be able to walk through it instead of having to jump on it. Unless,
we want to be able to
unless it's
go
steel
right
beams or
through
something.
that, collide through it if we can. If you can make it
What?
wave a little bit.
Okay, here we
But
go. This isn't
something.
what they wanted, but you know what? I'm going to do it. And this is why your grass shouldn't be able to be stood on right here. Okay. All right.
Because
I
we
need to
can
get
break
in
the
there,
game
right?
easier.
Here we go.
Excellent.
What's up? Wait, hold up. Hold up. All right, am I just stuck in here now? Oh, hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Little kitty cat. Wait, you can't take damage either? Uh-oh. Hold up. Wait, is it taking damage? This is a very confused cat.
Well,
Okay.
Joseph, a friend
Yes,
on
sir.
Facebook, Gilo, at least that's how I'm pronouncing his name for now, Dequit, again, doing my best, wants to know about adding projectile animations to their guns on the Vox editor and all the game makers, things like that.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's essentially exactly what you described. You build the projectile itself into the weapon, and then when you do the animate action, instead of the sword swinging like this, the item, your character will still swing. Your character will still do that. That swipe is built into the engine, so those things will probably still be there most of the time. They manipulate kind of the camera positioning. So this is a trial and error sort of thing. And Cody knows exactly what I'm talking about. But it ends up being that they create this, like, usually they'll create a gun that's not just a gun. It's like the whole arm, right? So you get the whole arm like a sword, and they put it in the head. So there's no head. Yeah? And then you're just boop. And then the projectile is like in the palm here, and when you do the swing, instead of the animation being a swing, the animation is just the projectile itself moving. And then when the end of the projectile touches the creature or object, it can deal damage to it because it touches it. It's essentially how that works. Cody's
Okay.
in the chat would be much better at describing that on one of Cody's official live streams, as they have, along with Lowe's and Fukum, a metaverse masterclass where you can literally learn that and many other sweet ticks and tricks, folks. Tricks
Ticks
and
and
ticks, you know, no big deal. Little tips.
okay, go check them out because they're also doing that wonderful contest right now as well.
That's true.
My head is beyond foggy, chat, so bear with me. But uh, Crypto Zulu wants to know
Oh,
how many Game Jam contests until the next season.
we don't, well, I don't have knowledge of an official number at this time. It could be 0.
I'm
It could
I'm
be
gonna
1 or 3, you know, not 2. Just throwing that one out for no reason. Just decided.
I'm gonna say it's less than 100 and
Oh,
more than 0, and be happy with that.
potty
Uh,
pooper
our good friends want
doesn't
to
want
know if some
100.
of these quality of life changes are coming in season 3. Like, are we gonna get adding to friends? Can we possibly see the HUD being able to change? Can we hide those chats? I'm just kind of asking some of these questions ahead of time here before some folks even get to them. Are those in the works right now? Do you know,
Okay.
Joe?
Yes, probably before season 3, but I can't give a guarantee. It's interesting that I just spawned here on this because it's the closest respawn point. Huh.
Right.
Huh. Anyway, yeah, they all the cats can't die. What's going on with the cats? Yes, the some of the UI may update before that season comes about. Is this the beaver from Narnia? Is my question. Um, I've
I'm
broken
gonna
this
say
game
yes.
entirely. I haven't. It's gone. I could just use the cats at my leisure to jump wherever I want. This game has been defeated. Uh oh. I have been defeated by that one little jumpy thing. Okay, first of all,
If you have
water. What are you doing?
oh,
yeah,
what are you doing? He says.
yeah, you like that?
If you're the creator of this game and you appreciate this feedback, please make everything a giant wall so Joseph can't hop over it.
Yeah, that's what you do. You just make walls, and I just jump over them. See, I forecast that whatever is about to happen, if I actually find the artifact, then it's going to be like, oh, kill all the goblins, go into this area, go do this next thing. But I've already done it, and then none of that is going to work. Like this won't open because I won't get the next quest. Because I couldn't get the last quest. And I can't jump over this whole thing? Maybe I can.
Oh, Maddox of Fury wants us to have interactive emotes like hugging, being able to do some rock paper scissors or something like that. That'd be fun.
Oh, you mean
Being able to
user to user?
user to user triggered emotes. I'd be down for that. That'd be fun.
That seems viable.
I want to do my handshakes with you. You know.
Yeah, yeah, like Destiny style group emotes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where I was thinking of. Yeah. Excellent.
I fell in a... Just gonna die over and over.
And
all right, I think I've sufficiently broken this game in a lot of different ways. The first thing that I want to say clearly, in the right, find the artifact. Where and how, whatever makes that more simplistic.
A line.
Yes, something
this
to
is
draw
not
my
Elden
eye
Ring.
to that location, because all I saw was red circle behind gate, and it says get to the gate. And I was like, all right, let's go to the gate, you know? And then I can't go to the gate because the guy says, go see Sally in Paris, you know?
Right.
It's nowhere around.
Apparently the artifact was back behind the treehouse when you fell behind the gate. Oh, when you broke over the fence, when you broke the gate, the artifact was right there. So
okay,
maybe we'd have to go
some kind of indicator that pops up. You can do this based on, after you finish a quest trigger, have it spawn a invisible calculator asset with a marker indicator that says artifact. And then when I grab the artifact or enter in proximity of the thing, the calculator that says artifact, make it so that when I get in proximity, another object triggers its destruction. So these two things are both invisible. But you do that so I know where to go, I get there, boop, it goes away, I'm there, you know. And you're drawing the arrows for dumb people like Joe, you know what I mean? So a question comes in over on YouTube, a more complex question, and I like this. I'm just answering it. It has nothing to do with the sandbox. It says, what is y'all's opinion, Fletcher Cobb, on what might happen when quantum computers get big enough to break the signatures for cryptocurrencies by running Shor's algorithm? Computers that can just find your key. Fletcher Cobb, I'll have you know that this problem has already been solved. Because it is possible for quantum encryption to replace the existing encryption so that you don't run them concurrently. You just have quantum encryption. Sounds really easy. It's not. Neither are quantum computers. All quantum computers that exist today are not general purpose computers like your computer. They are highly specific functions. And if somebody generated a highly specific function, then you would end up having highly specific nodes running proof of stake networks like Ethereum will be.
Do you have more info on that? Like, where could we find out more?
You literally can't find out more because the problem has not actually existed. Like, quantum computers are so specific right now that, and I'm going to go find the other game here really quickly while I'm talking about this. 127 was the last known place, so it'll be somewhere, 510 after that. But yeah, they're so specific in their functionality that they are, they're literally like, this is what I'm going to do. So if a person was to say that the functionality I want to make, Bitcoin hyper secure, then maybe you try to upgrade it to that quantum network, essentially. Metatron City is what we're looking for here as I'm scrolling through.
Metatron City.
Metatron City. It has a really good logo. But yeah, there's only a couple computing companies in the world that are even trying to do quantum computing because it requires like liquid nitrogen baths and things to do them at this time. So, not something that you can
Right.
just put into your PC at home. All right.
Well, a
10
question does
TN.
come in. Oh, are you going to read the same one I was about to ask you?
Oh, good. Yes,
Hey,
over on Facebook.com. Yes.
yeah, go ahead.
See, I've
If you
been
see it,
doing
I don't got
this.
to
I've
read it to
been
you.
doing this. It's loading anyway,
Yeah.
so I got time. Question: will there be KYC in season 3? Because me and my brother use the same computer, so we don't want to get banned. Tan, it's okay that you use the same computer. That doesn't matter at all. If KYC were implemented, the only thing it would end up doing is verifying that you're both actually adults, that you're actually not currently violating the terms of service of the website. And if that is the case where you are not, then that would be better for you because it would guarantee that there is one person for one account and that there would be less potential for manipulation. That would also mean that there would be less requirement for moderation from us internally because we would know that each person has been verified to be an individual. I'm already currently. Oh, thank you. Yeah. My wife just realized I didn't turn on the lights today.
Oh, you
About
are a
to
bit
get-
blue. I
I'm-
didn't
I
even
was,
notice.
apparently. My green screen software is still working great, so no big deal. I didn't even look at it in the
I was
preview.
in, I'm on my laptop today, chat, so I don't quite have 7 screens around me. Part of me
There
not
it
feeling
is.
so great. So I don't have Joseph directly pulled up. So
Yeah.
when Maximax said "Is Joseph looking blue, I just thought he was saying you're looking a little
I thought I
sad.
was looking sad. No, I was literally
No,
blue because I
no, you
didn't
were
have my
literally tinted.
lights turned on. No lights, all camera, all action, chat. Metatron
Right,
City
right.
has now loaded. So I can let me throw this out there before we get into this game. I imagine this is going to be visually spectacular because it took, for lack of a better term, forever to load. I think that if all of the assets that are in this were in the game client, you would probably have users that would just be there loading, probably close it, probably reopen it, then ask in Discord why this game doesn't load because eventually it's going to load. So you may look to optimize some things, eliminate some things you don't need, things that are wholly aesthetic, but not necessarily substantial. All right.
Right. And our friend Shuram here says, does Polygon migration mean that the NFTs I got from Alpha Season 1 will migrate to Polygon Network?
Nothing can do that automatically. If you want to use those NFTs in a land experience later, then like in the metaverse, then you would need to migrate those. If you don't want to use them in a land experience, they will very likely be read off of both networks. Just checking to see if you have NFTs, right? Like right now, if I'm in this experience, I press N, I'm loading all the NFTs that are in the experience. I press I, I'm loading all the ones that are in my account, right? I can see local items and NFTs separately. So it may be that the NFT section checks not just for my Ethereum network assets, but says, you know, maybe it says Alpha Shield L2, like layer 2 or something like that. Or maybe it has a little Matic logo on there, or, you know, Polygon logo. Sorry, I'm an old crypto person. I still say Matic all the time like a terrible partner. But, you know, they get a little Polygon P on there somewhere or something. I don't know. It's very likely that we would just have it read off of both networks to keep it easy for you.
All right.
But yeah, again, if you wanted to publish it in a in a land, then you're going to need it on layer 2. So you would need to migrate assets.
Maddox is going to make a Maddox token just to confuse people. So
Don't do it. Oh my goodness.
we have that to look forward to. And Joseph, do we have any clue on what future seasons are going to look like for future alphas within like maps or how many they're going to be, how many games they're going to be, multiplayer experiences?
I think you can kind of, for the next one at least, what I can say is it's going to be about as much larger as from Alpha Season 1 to Alpha Season 2. Not counting the Game Jam games.
Okay.
There are new inclusions. There will be tweaks. The Alpha Hub might look nothing like it does, which is exactly what happened between 1 and 2. The transport system may be revamped again because in Alpha Season 1, in order to get to those experiences, some of which were completely cut from Season 2, you needed to manually kind of walk there, right? Like in Season 1, you would go from the hub. There'd be a couple experiences that you could access from right at the spawn point, which was on the back side of the NFT Institute there, or the NFT collection building. And then in order to get to the other experiences, you had to go into walking to the Heroes Social Hub. You had to go and walk to the Oracle Social Hub for another set of experiences, and you had to walk into another section with the Scientist Hub in order to do that. Did you just type this, Radconda?
I did. I did.
Jazz Wolf?
Of course.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
I don't know about Wolf is getting hyped about A7X in the chat. I don't know about Season 3, but
I don't know. Maybe
I want it. I want it.
You never know. We hope so, but we don't know. How long does it take to make a gamer experience? Touche. When they were in the, I just skipped all your lore, and I feel like a terrible person for that.
You monster! You didn't even check it for spelling.
I'm literally doing that on all of these. This person is
you
probably
monster,
a writer.
You're only checking it for spelling.
Organic is misspelled. Rip.
Get out of here.
Game's unplayable.
Joe.
I'm just kidding.
Get out of here.
I used to be editor-in-chief, my guy, for my own company with like 8 people writing, and that
it was a good.
You gotta write it. You gotta read it fast. Radcon Dad tried to make a joke, and we don't have those jokes here. We're not having fun, chat. We don't have fun here. That's it. I'm kidding.
Let's end of the show early.
That's it.
All right.
We're on.
Well,
yeah,
Joe,
we'll do a
moving
giveaway
on.
later, Fletcher.
Moving on, before we get to the giveaways, God, the energy here, you're killing me, draining me, Joseph. I can't do it.
I know I'm draining you because you're trying to give it your all, but you are a dead person. You should not have been here today. So
it is
sorry.
More than fine. So dramatic, but our friend Skyhand110 asks, will Sandbox incorporate video or animated textures to the Game Maker?
Yes, but no. The texture shouldn't be. It shouldn't be used for that. It could be used for that, but games that do use animated textures, like Rocket League, are multi-layered, proprietary, highly specific animated textures on those assets. They are designed in a way.
Not textures. Animated NFTs.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Yeah.
There was a correction made.
So videos, yes. Animated GIFs, pick your flavor of peanut butter. Yeah. NFTs, maybe. I mean, probably eventually, but that's not on the immediate right now future. But by version 0.7, those videos and such are expected to be in the Game Maker. So that would mean that possibly in Season 3, maybe season 4. Let's be so bold to say there's an alpha season 4. Those things could be there already. I can't remember exactly the timeline on 0.7 update.
Okay.
I roughly have an idea, but I don't want to spill the beans on that and get in trouble. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I
Chat?
mean, chat's already like season 4.
Chat's freaking
What's
out.
up?
Candidly, Kristen's like, "What do you mean season 4? Who said
Yeah.
season? Who said that? Who said that?
Yep.
Big Papa Duke said. Did you say that, Big Papa Duke, in the chat? Did you say season 4?
Nobody, no, we don't even know
I like
about
it.
season
I like
3,
it.
folks. Come on.
That's why that comment was made. Yuri MTL over on Twitch said when season 4, because that is one of the funniest things. Once you've been in the crypto community long enough, you always get the people who come in and, when thing, right?
Right.
When Lambo, when Moon, when are we
right
popping
there.
off? When's the next big thing going on? When's the next
What do we
big thing?
got? What do we got?
Season 3.
Well,
please, bro.
Well, Danny D. Joe wants to know, do TSV creators get royalties on their creation? Do you continue to earn off of
like
the things you make?
Long term, here's the infrastructure that would be needed for that. At this time, when you go to OpenSea.io and you look at those assets that are being bought, sold, traded, resold, whatever, there's the OpenSea as a company listing fee, and there's a percentage, 5%. I think it's 5% off the top of my head. 5% that goes to the Sandbox game. 99% sure it's 5%. So that 5% right now, according to the white paper, we are distributing 3 billion with a B sand tokens over a 5-year period. At the end of 5 years, that doesn't exist anymore. There's no new distribution. Some of that distribution, if you go back, you look at the plan, is for paying staff. It's for paying for servers. It's for taking this thing off the ground and getting it into the world, right? When we get to year 5 and that doesn't exist anymore, that 5% is funding the servers. It's funding the what have yous. So what would make it possible for users to get like permanent sort of, for whatever reason I want to call it annuities, but what was the word you used, Conrad?
Oh, royalties.
Royalties. Thank you. That's the accurate word. And what would make it possible for users to get royalties would be, let's say we cut out the OpenSea thing and we just go on the Sandbox website. Now you don't have 2.5% to OpenSea and 5% to the Sandbox. You have potentially the Sandbox 5% and you royalty and users redistribution. They can, mark it up however they like. That system doesn't currently exist, but could in the future. So that's, possible.
And of course is all subject to change as feedback comes back from you guys.
Oh yeah. Beat people up with a crowbar, dog. Can't believe you
let
gave
Joseph
me a crowbar.
play this game a little bit before we move on to another question.
Oh, feel free. Feel free.
Finally starting to catch up though.
Nice. These are good questions today. I like this.
So, right.
Mm-hmm.
You know why they're good questions, Joe?
Why is that?
It's because I'm here. I'm just gonna be
dog.
self.
You guys saved a good question for when Rad Condad is here. You holding out on me, Chad?
Right. They're holding out. They want to make sure that you have the backup, Joe. They didn't want to burden you.
Kill the big rats. Find a way out of the sewer. All right. Oh, hey, what's up, big rats?
Oh man. Oh, our friend Meads is in the chat.
Meads.
Meads. Give you a shout out there, my good friend. He's
been
doing
hey, what's up,
some great things.
My bad, I miss you. You're not as big as they say, You're just
he's pretty big.
You're just like but he's like New York City level rat. He's not Dungeons and Dragons rat.
Joe, I don't want to encounter any rat that I have to take down with a sword, dude.
First of all, you're right. Secondly, I can't believe. Okay, first of all, Rat, I came into your house and you're just gonna hit me like that, dude? Can't believe you would do this. I thought we were enemies. I thought we were sworn enemies, dude. Yeah, you know, back in my day, we respected our enemies. We sent flowers to their wife.
Right.
Oh, that's actually a big rat. That's actually a big rat, chat. Do I hit hard? Oh man, I hit harder with the Alpha Sword. What up, bruh? What's up, friend?
Gotta have it.
You gotta do it. Oh, what's up? Oh, I didn't get it. Oh. There we go. You gotta parry this casual, dude. What's up? That's a D&D level giant rat right there.
There we go.
Okay.
Very Ninja Turtles too.
Oh, that's hilarious. Good work on this. Good work on making a crate sit there and be physics compatible. Not a crate. A sewer grate.
Sewer grate.
There we go.
You popped up with it and it just fell right off. That was great.
It's like you really busted out of there like a Ninja Turtle. Sorry about that.
There's too many puns available.
Oh my god.
Anyways, now that some questions are building back up, and you're about to read that, go ahead.
No, yeah. No, you go. Questions are more important than the narrative, as long as we don't spot any issues here. Which,
all right.
You know,
well,
we're good to go.
A user says that should be a thing. Says, Joe, are there any guidelines for those of us who have created business accounts for TSP, i.e. studios or companies, hosting companies, but also have personal TSP accounts? Are there separations there?
No. A person is a person. A business is a business. The only distinction that you should make isn't a distinction that we make, which is being compatible with, the laws in your area. Don't have your studio run by children if it is illegal to hire a child. You know what I mean? That's all you, right? What we do is essentially just make sure that you're not doing something illegal, because it's illegal, and everybody on the platform shouldn't have their platform itself at risk. Deal with bikers terrorizing the city. I mean, are you a biker? No, you're Mr. Frankie. See, this is what you do. This is what you do, chat. You don't just assume that any old dude in a leather jacket is going to be a biker. All right? I don't want to just cut everybody in half here. That person appears to be driving a moped. Maybe they're not a biker. That's not a... Wait, is that a bike? I can't tell. Now, this is pod racing. Oh, well, I couldn't clothesline him. Hello. It's me. Okay.
You're ridiculous.
What?
Well,
what makes you think that?
Shakan, as the Wizzy the Green Hat, has been 200 minted in OpenSea, and too many gave away. What happened to the rest? I'm not quite sure on the question there.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know what it means. So this.
Do you know the relevance of this one?
Excuse me. I'll go show you. I'll show you exactly what you're talking about right now. Over on the website sandbox.game/en/shop, you can look up all of the assets that you are thinking about right now. And as I type Wizzy,
I'm familiar here.
Yeah. There's a little bit of loading going on here. So forgive me if there are some updates or something being applied. People work all over the world on this website. So sometimes QA teams are updating something from Brazil or Argentina. And other people in Paris are working on something else. So anyway, okay, well, whatever. Anyway, the Wizzy the Green hats were minted by an individual. In order for us to distribute them, when you mint on the website, you'll mint whatever quantity you are based on rarity and based on your preference. I think it's based on your preference. That rule might have changed recently.
Okay.
But nonetheless, you mint in bulk. You mint batch mintings, right? So if you want to have 200 total hats in a whole series, the individuals that you might distribute it to aren't the ones that are minting it. It's not an open minting process. It is you deciding I want 200 for me to then trade, resell on the marketplace, use, give away, do whatever you want. And so Alex minted 200. All 200 were originally in at Kamisaze. You'll see that on OpenSea. That is Alex Florez, the live streamer who is one of the lead artists in the company. They live stream here on Wednesday and Saturday mornings, my time morning, maybe Sunday for you, depending on where you are in the world. But yes, that's normal. It's all good. It's working as intended at this time. If we have open minting later, man, you guys give me a lot of good notifications. Hopefully I got some games queued up for tomorrow. All right, deal with the bikers terrorizing the city. Here we go. Got to talk to the biker leader instead of the individual bikers. That's interesting. This city will always be a dumpster fire. And this idiot thinks he can do something about it. Let's show him what we do to wannabe sanitary engineers. First of all, a lot of people want to be a sanitary engineer. I feel like that's not a highly desirable profession. Am I wrong about that? Trying to make jokes. Trying to make jokes out here, chat. The jokes, you ever womp womp? I need a button for that. Womp womp. You know?
I mean, don't make me get it out, Joe.
He does have a button for that. I forgot.
I have a button for all of that.
LC Brian over on Twitch. Dude, if you did that live during the show, just trolled me with like non-copyrighted audio content, I'm down. I'm down for that.
That's my thing. Is I gotta get out the non-copyrighted stuff because all my sound parts are just ridiculous.
This guy's gonna be like, I've got steel.
Right. I'll hit that steel button 7 times. I mean, if it's not too loud, we can always add in a little. Oh my goodness! How dare you, Joseph?
What did I do?
Oh, I just gasped. That's all.
I couldn't hear it.
I must not have it set up right.
It might have worked fine.
Anyways,
it might have worked fine.
I'll have it.
This is the official channel.
It's true.
All right. Crypto Dude says, hey, Joe and Conrad, do your veins in your eyes pop for staring at the screen too long? Lately, it's been happening to me for staring at the screen for more than 2 hours. No. I don't have that issue.
Get that looked at.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say, Crypto Dude, that you have high blood pressure. Get it checked. See a doctor. That's financial advice too. That's financial advice to you.
That is a real concern. As somebody who's currently going through some wonderful health problems right now,
yes.
Go see a doctor, dude.
Yes.
I thought I was invulnerable.
Hashtag not a doctor. You know what?
Right.
I'm not a doctor. See a doctor.
Not a doctor.
Because that doesn't sound healthy. I care about you. See a doctor. That is financial advice. Jay Cluster says, financial advice if you live in America? Yes, I do understand. I live in America, and you can't make money if you're dead. See a doctor.
Right.
I have blue light glasses, but I will check it out. I also have a pair of those. I haven't worn them in ages, though. Yeah.
Oh. Well, moving on.
All right.
Mead says, are you willing to make different game style mechanics? For example, shouting games are different than adventure games, or will it be just the same of this, the same old that we have right now, whereas we're platformers and hack and slashes?
Yeah,
we're going to be able to get those new mechanics.
Yes, and in fact, you saw some of those in the last alpha. If you played the Game Jam games, which weren't essential, so I imagine, oh no, notification sounds. I imagine that you maybe didn't. The Game Jam games, one of them included what is essentially Pac-Man, was designed in the Game Maker. You've seen other games like this. Another one included what is essentially um, one of the levels of what's that game that was like super hot last year or the year before, and you were just giant beans. Your characters were giant beans. You waddled around. What's the name of that game? Remember that game? You and
Oh, Fall Guys.
Fall Guys, right? So the Game Jam retro, not the retro Game Jam, the Alpha Season 2 Game Jam winner was basically a Fall Guys level. And it has nothing to do with hack and slashing and doing all these things. Thank you. Chat's got Fall Guys there. What's up, Nino? NLZ? What's up? But yeah, so you have an opportunity to make anything that you want. Yeah. The tools do make it easier for you to make an adventure game at this time. The people who make exceptional content use those tools to work outside the box. When you go back to why does somebody like Cyber Dragon stand out? Cyber Dragon had made, with less sophisticated versions of this tool, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? With random allocation of 150 different questions across the 15 questions that you could be asked during any competition. It was scalable up to infinite numbers of questions. And like it was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with the whole stage, the whole shebang, everything. You got question A, B, C, D as like possible answers that you could answer for those 150 questions. It was a lot of work. But they did it on a live stream. They created that. Beyond that, they also made what was basically a Pokemon or like a Final Fantasy RPG, old school Final Fantasy RPG.
We did have it was a side scroller too. It was pretty rad.
Yeah.
Excited about that one.
Yeah. Yeah, they've made a lot of great stuff. The team here, go check out everything that Tempest Studios has made in the past. There are, games that are focused on narrative more so than just hacking and slashing, right? The hacking and slashing is the first steps that you can get in some of these experiences, but there's so much more. When we get into full user-generated content, I think you'll find that almost instantly you're going to have standout creators that have been building in silence for the last year, making great things.
But most definitely the quality of life things that are going to separate, these types of mechanics to make it easier so you can just bring those things up. For instance, right now, those projectiles being shot out, that's a little difficult to recreate. I know that we want to be able to make it so you can actually just add that into our system here. What do you got, Joe? I saw you start spinning around and going crazy.
Yeah, because King of Crypto is in the chat. Hey, congratulations, King of Crypto.
Yeah, he got to
team announcement. Team. Welcome,
right,
to Tempest Studios, that studio I just mentioned.
Check it out.
Brya.
They did their announcement.
Brya 1618. New game designers.
Just over there.
Welcome to their team. This is a statement to something that I mentioned earlier, too. If this is one of the first streams you're watching, I know we're halfway through, so you all probably don't see this on VOD. You missed out. All right. But there are companies that exist out there in the metaverse. Lots of them that will need skilled people, skilled players in the metaverse. All right. So Cbox07, who may be joining us here in the chat, I don't know if they are. Congratulations to you, the new Voxel artist for Tempest Studios. You've got creators being actively hired, and we haven't even seen in any of these alphas any number of experiences that's larger than a 12 by 12 estate. That is,
right.
What is that? Math, 121, 122 math. That's wrong. Doesn't matter. 100 and something lands, right? Total.
Right.
That's, imagine when you get up to 166,464 lands. Thank you, Candidly Kristen, for doing that math for me. Normally that's just off the top of my head, but whatever reason I had like
neither one of us could do
11
it right
by
now.
11 was stuck in my head and I just couldn't get over it. Anyway, the metaverse is huge, right? There are partners from various scales of massive that need help building. So the work that is being done here, the work that's being done in these live streams, the feedback that I can give you is appreciated by a lot of people. And I appreciate the ability to give it to you because there's a lot of work to be done. And yeah, the 0.6.24 on the alpha you see in the top right of your screen is true in that many of these companies haven't gotten started. So you're very early to this game, to this, building in the metaverse. The phrase metaverse is still pretty ambiguous. A lot of people don't really understand what it means. And we're only just starting to create that together and really take it and give it life. So all the 144s coming up in chat. You got beat out. All right? You got beat. I even see Rad Conrad saying 144. First. All right?
Yep.
Candidly Kristen.
Yeah,
first. I got you. But, yeah. So we got a lot going on. So let's go back to feedback for this game as we're kind of a quest to maybe into it. Things are triggering well. The quests are happening nicely. The world is alive. It's alive and well. There's a lot going on in it that may or may not be essential, but it's full. It feels good. It feels like a city. People are kind of maybe walking around too much. I would say maybe it's a little too full outside, but also
I think it's because you are currently not active yourself.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly. Right. If I was just running through this city, I may just be ignoring these things and I'm seeing it. But the reason why I say that is because all of this stuff is loading all of the time. And when we talked about the very beginning, the loading time when we first started, which is really the only criticism so far, except for that one word spelling error. Got him.
Right.
Is that it took a long time to load. And so users with a slow computer, like I was looking at the spec sheet today, and relatively speaking, are recommended, like, what do you buy, own, whatever. The specs of this PC are the top of every recommended list. Like, we haven't tested anything more intense than my PC. So general users, if you're watching live and you saw that it took a while to load, what is the average person seeing there? And it's going to be an issue if we don't.
Right, I'm going to struggle on my laptop here.
Exactly. So, look at this dance floor and you've got 7 people dancing in there plus the DJ, and this floor that's moving and another layer of people. Cut out 2 dancers. It's okay. It still will look good. Let's see if I can go in here. I can go in here. I don't know what the upper floor's looking like, but like pull this one particular duplicate asset. I mean, there doesn't have to be 2 people with green hair in here. Pull this one out as well, right here. They're having a good time, but there's a lot of people.
Right.
As we get upstairs, okay, this whole middle floor is maybe not needing to be used. Oh, I got a Lena Dragonfly number 3. I'm not supposed to, if I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be able to carry that, but if I can, cool. I'm going to go back up to floor 3 just to look at that. But just thinking about optimization as you get into this, because I think that you've got a good quality thing here, and you're going to want to make sure that that good quality thing can be played by everyone. Like, we probably could make the top floor, in order for it to feel a little more dynamic, instead of just having 5 more people dancing on the top floor, make it 2 people that are just kind of like standing there and have a text bubble come up over one of their heads as you get to that 3rd floor. It's like the conversation they're having, right?
Or an enemy pop up or something like that.
Yeah, that something could be true. Like, hey, what are you doing here? And then you got to beat up a guy. Instead of having 5 people dancing, you're down to 1 asset and something to do, right? Because actually, that's a good point, Conrad. That when you look at this whole room full of stuff. I don't know if I can go in here later. I hope I can, but right now I can't go in here and that is loaded, and that is loading
Yeah, you can see all the
forever.
assets in there.
Exactly. But anyway, yeah, it's a good point. If it was just one person that I had to beat up, then it's more optimized, and it's that goes back to the thing I've said a few different times, which is you have 30 seconds of narrative, 30 seconds of action, and you kind of go back and forth between those two things as much as you can. All right. Trying all the
Alrighty.
doors.
Well, do you think it's going to be possible in the future that we're going to be able to drive and ride in cars and things like that?
Yes. Pretty
Do
straightforward
we
answer.
have
Uh,
beams?
the I mean, nothing more than to say that version 0.7 has features that either are that or lead to that. I can say
Okay.
that, yes, there's been discussions of that is necessary. We need that, right? Because people, I mean, you could see all the cars that have been made already. So we know that,
Oh yeah,
you know,
I
people
know they're
want to
out there,
drive them. People want to ride
and
the cars. They
people.
want to make a horse or a whatever,
Uh,
a
I want to ride
Zephyrcorn,
that Alpha
you
Dragon
know.
again,
Yeah, exactly.
but I want to be able to ride it whenever, and that's what some people are looking for. But is there any information on where we can find these game jams, Joe? How can we participate?
Sure.
How can we get active?
Our official game jams are always put out onto medium.com/sandbox hyphen game. Partner game jams or individuals like, for example, Touche Studios. That is something that they individually negotiate and would not be shared on the Sandbox Game Official. So, as we look at some of those groups, some of those creators, they may have game jams based on their own followings, their own demands and needs, and they'll pitch it to Sebastian or somebody else along the way up the team. And, you know, they may just get a, yeah, sure, we'll do it. Go ahead. Yeah, how much do you want? Like, there's a thing going on right now that I saw on Twitter earlier. I don't even remember what it is off the top of my head, but it may
There's a
be.
monk you need to go back to.
Hmm?
There's a monk you need to go back to.
Oh, okay. A monk. User over on
But as you
YouTube.
were saying, sorry.
Texas nationalists. Texas is a state, sir. But I'm sure that, wait, maybe you want it independent from the union. That would make sense. Never mind.
Right.
See,
That's how I was interpreting that one.
yeah, right. I didn't get it at first. It took me a while. Says, is the gas $6 a gallon in the universe? No. It's $30 a transaction. Hey, I'm kidding. But also, yeah, no, for real. Depends on the transaction, but it can be ETH GWEI rates
Right.
can be expensive.
We're looking to fully migrate over to that Polygon.
That's right. Get on Polygon Network where it's less than a penny. We're on our way there. It'll take a little bit of time. Okay, I'm looking for a monk. Leonard is not a monk. Are they in line?
I'm not quite sure, but Ideology pointed that one out. We got to go back to the
Bro,
monk.
are you beating me up right now? You in an alley beating me up, bro? I don't like this. I don't like these people beating me up right now. You have to go back to the what? Where'd you say?
That monk. I'm not sure. Not quite sure where he's
I
at
don't know
though.
where Dat Monk is.
Was he on that dance floor?
Burning the dance floor? Maybe. I don't
Is
think
he
so.
hanging out?
Just chilling. Beat
Well,
these people up.
Sky Hand 110 once again asks, will the sandbox have an exchange where people can use Cash Device and Matic? So that way we don't have to worry on exchanges, other things like that.
You can currently purchase sand directly on the website at sandbox.game through a partner that is integrated, built into the website.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So Let me, yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
Isiology says the first monk that gave you the quest. So
Okay.
all the way back.
I have no idea anymore.
The indicator did
Uh,
not show up for some reason. It appears that you somehow broke this one without even trying.
hey, you know how it is. Just a Wednesday. It's just a Wednesday.
Just a Monday, Joe. The week just
What a
started for these folks.
mundane proposition, Doc. Crazy. Is it up here? Is it in the museum? Am I on the right path? Or am I just exploring more cool stuff?
I'm going to assume that it's all cool and it's all good because this has been just a
It's a
trip
nice
to walk
level.
through. Like,
Yeah. Like
it's a great level.
design is really well done. Like I said, it feels
Mr.
like a world.
Furious Mr. Furious X says he's in the parking garage.
In the parking garage. I don't know where that is either anymore. I don't know where I came from or
Hmm.
where I went. Where did I come
That
from?
grate. Do you remember?
Okay, I know where that is.
You
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
popped up you popped up out of the ground. That's right.
This is the parking garage. This guy's a monk? I wouldn't have qualified this person as a monk. Their name is Monk, but in every other way. I have no idea. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll clean up the garbage. Okay, so here's what we get back into. When I was in the last game, I talked about this as well. You saw me get lost. I had a quest in the last game. I don't even have that here, but I had a quest in the last game that said get the artifact, and I didn't know where the artifact was going to be. You can choose to, don't have to, help people with quests that are largely fetch quests by when I get the quest, spawn asset, calculator, tag, boom, right? When I get within proximity of calculator, another asset destroys calculator. Because you get within proximity of the
So
one
he
asset, it
he
triggers
was
destroy other object.
he was supposed to have an indicator over his head. It appears that it just didn't show up as Yology pointed out.
Okay, fair enough. So then, if that is the case, you could maybe have that indicator have a backup plan of a proximity spawner. I don't know if it would help. I don't remember what. Let me see. I beat up the bikers here. So if we are here, then you could have that indicator like as I walk into here, just say monk. And as I walk to here, here, or here, it would just automatically blow it up, if that makes sense. So you could have it constantly being spawned and despawned based on proximity of like useful characters. But you'd have to workshop that a little bit to make sure that you don't. Why was that straight? Is that just because it's a sign on a pole? I already got some of the street trash. I like the fact that, bro, what are you doing to me, bro?
Okay.
He just wants a fight. Wants a fight for no reason.
Take him down. How's it
We
going,
took him
Knock
down.
Jackie Chan? It feels good to be back. So far, I've been able to stick through the entire stream. I'm low energy, but hopefully the week will show me getting better.
Yeah. All
And
right. I got the 10
Crypto Nerd, I'm
trashes.
I'm doing my best to get you. Don't worry. Joseph, we do have some more questions here.
Cool. Yeah.
Danny D asks, will TSB allow for third-party content assets to be used by players? For instance, an avatar item created outside of TSB but still compatible?
Um, Currently, you have to recreate it in VoxEdit, but it is possible to have an asset automatically given to a user if they own this other NFT. That's what the World of Women avatar project did. Is you owned a World of Women asset, you got the unlock on your account free automatic. It wouldn't be an NFT. It would end up being a like local asset essentially. But yeah, what I would recommend. Let me see. Let me see. If you're a landowner and you're thinking about doing that so that you could have those objects in your land, then you have the advantage right now of saying, hey, this land is unlocked by ownership of this other collection. Like Sparky Snickle has a Fun Guys logo right now, or a Fun Guys NFT as their display picture. Fun Guys could be the unlock for getting into Fun Guy Land. And that being the case, then there could be a physical interpretation of their Fun Guy in that land. So there are possibilities for that. But in the long term, yeah, probably not just anything though, because we don't want to have you don't want to have something that's just made in Decentraland with like 30 million polys on it loaded into your experience, because then you have an inconsistent gameplay experience for your users, meaning that once again you have people with lower end PCs, or in the future mobile phones, that aren't able to play your stuff at all. And so we avoid that by not having those actual third party assets inside the game maker. All right. Now, Attach Shot Clangyard, I assume that's how you say that. I like that name. Over on YouTube says, if there's an updated version,
you're getting me, yeah,
that we can drive in that updated version, will the car we bought before be able to drive? That would only be possible if the artist creator had programmed in the seat essentially to the object and animated that driving, turn left, turn right, all those different things that get implemented. Turn 15 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 75, 90,
right.
If
Just
they
have to have
implement
the animation
all of those. Yeah.
being able to be attached to it, right?
Right. So to that point, we have like our animations that the character does, right? The running, the swinging, right? These can be changed, and the template that was used to make this asset, if that template gets updated, you can add, excuse me, talking too much, not breathing enough. You can add any animation that you want to that, but it is the creator that will do that if anybody would do that. And the template is what must be updated, not the individual asset. All right.
Well, Joe, as we are definitely over our time, we still
forgot.
haven't done our giveaway. I have just a couple more questions for you as you're getting that out there for us.
I'm going to put a form in the chat real quick. Fill this out if
Go
you'd
ahead.
like to win an NFT on this show that's similar to the hat my character is wearing. It gives you statistical bonuses and increases inside of the Sandbox Game Maker gallery and in the metaverse.
It's kind of a big deal. You should probably give it a shot.
It's pretty
Though
nice.
Joseph's is a mighty expensive one, I must say.
It's pretty rare. There's only 10. There's only 10 in the world. It's pretty good.
It kills me. Anyways, Crypto Nerd asks, do companies require special certifications for jobs like you were describing earlier?
No.
Trying
not
to
that I'm aware
remember.
of. You can
in
can make it
to getting hired. Yeah.
Yeah, like so
To on a team.
the team of Blaze Games, right? Attachot Clangyard is mentioning this about they just had the question about cars, like the yellow Lambro that Blaze Games made. So Blaze Games is an example of a team of people that came together, created for a game jam, and won in the game jam. They simply just told a company that had just signed an agreement with the Sandbox game that is making things in the metaverse. They said, hey, you're making things, and I like your things. I've bought your NFTs. I know how to make stuff. Here's proof that I know how to make stuff. Here's a sample of the things that I have made. Would you like me to make something for you? And because they said that, the company said, we don't know how to make things in your metaverse. Yes, please. We will pay you. Make stuff for me. Right? That's mostly how it goes. You don't need certifications. You don't need authentications from anybody to create. You only need what the person you are reaching out to needs. You know what I mean? So
Right.
if you go through the Sandbox certification program that is being done by Inside Participate, then that gives you a thing, right? You can go, I got certification here. If you go to Squiggly School and you're working with Squiggly School and you say, hey, I found this, we did this, I am trained in these ways, that may be impressive to somebody. If you go through and you're working with Cody Zine and you're working with Lozen and the team at Tempest Studios and you do their Metaverse Masterclass, it may be that in doing that class, you can say, I took this and that is my certification, that I know what I'm doing and I can work with you, I can work with your team, I can help your company.
Right. It's all about just your skill in the VoxEdit.
I see chat's cheating. Chat's cheating.
They were giving each other the answer. You guys were
Hackers.
supposed to learn afterwards if you didn't
They're
know.
using their resources. It's interesting. It's interesting, Conrad. You ever run into that? I mean, I'm sure you did. You were a kid. Yeah. You were a child at some point, I assume.
At one point or another, I was, yeah.
So you go to the schooling, you do the education, and they say to you out loud with their whole self,
how dare you research?
You can't use a calculator. You can't, you can't, no books. You just got to remember this thing. And then you leave school, you get out there in the earth, you welcome to Earth,
Right.
And that rule doesn't exist. So chat's over here, they're using their resources. All right, they're talking to each other. Archie Flew found it over on LinkedIn, Maddox of Furious, is this Sebastian, my dad?
Yeah.
Dad?
Oh, man.
No, Sebastian went to go get some milk. It's a bad joke. It's a bad joke.
Dang it, Joe.
Chat.
Well, it's coming up to an extra 6 minutes over the line here. I'm dying. I imagine you're gonna be dying soon. Let's go ahead and let's find out our winner.
All right, let's get a winner.
Our winner for tonight.
Exactly 200 responses when I push that button. Maybe it gets to 201. We'll see. All right, I'm going to type RNG, and hopefully RNG actually works on Google this time. 1 through 200. Generate. Number 109. It did stop at 200. 109 out of 200. Chat. Before I announce this, I'm going to verify that this person hasn't won. It gets more likely that somebody can win and they've already won. When they
win one? Did number 144 win today?
No, that's funny though. Number 109, it should have been 144. I should have just said 144 for no reason at all. Just go for it. I've never done that in my life.
But who is number 109?
Okay.
Also,
it looks like they haven't won a Wizzy the Green hat yet, but I had to verify real quick. So, I like that. I like the way that you answering, who is Sebastian Bourget? They said the COO of TSG, which is interesting because internally we say TSB, the Sandbox, but you're saying the Sandbox game. I like it. I like your style.
Ooh.
Over on twitch.tv, this is DAWER2345. DAWER2345. Congratulations. You have won.
Congratulations.
Wizzy the Green's lucky hat for lucky ol' you. And that'll be sent out by Alex. Distribution on those takes anywhere between a week and 2 weeks to do. They take some time.
Yeah.
So don't worry. That will come out to you. It looks like Alex currently says there's only 120 of these hats left. Now, 119. So don't worry. We got more for you.
Which again, Not Jackie Chan. Maybe YouTube. Get him
Maybe you gotta
next
go over
time.
to Twitch, not Jackie Chan. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you gotta. I hear people do that sometimes because they think it's luckier, when in reality, it's
They
1-to-1, baby.
honestly believe it.
It's one
Right.
to one. You know,
Honestly believe
no
it.
big deal. No big deal. So as is tradition, as we start to close things down here. Oh yeah,
Who do we got?
gonna open up twitch.tv/the
Got
Sandbox
our
Game. We're
jam.
gonna find somebody else who's streaming this,
Hmm.
and we're gonna raid them right now. It looks like Snabber, who I haven't raided in a while, is streaming right now. SNABUR over on twitch.tv. Why am I talking like this? It doesn't really matter.
Well, you put on
Boats.
your ASMR voice. I was gonna do
Oh,
mine, but I couldn't do it.
couldn't do it.
Not feeling great, guys.
We've queued up the raid over on twitch.tv. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
I made it. I did it.
I'm gonna go party. Conrad's gonna
I'm
pass
gonna
on
go
into the next life.
run a very hot bath and be ready for tomorrow. Because hopefully, you beautiful people will see me.
All right, Conrad. We're just hanging out with YouTube, DLive, Theta, Facebook, and twitter.com/the Sandbox Game. Thanks for hanging out with us here today. We're going to be back tomorrow, same time, 2 a.m. UTC. Right. See you soon.
Bye, y'all.
You know we got to rock it out.
Oh, just a little bit at least. I love 144 meme now.